patching the rust isn't enough. Let's go ahead and explain and kind of show you guys what you need to do after sealing up those holes. So we talked about in the last video using urethane to seal up the holes. We plugged a hole on the back side with a piece of metal. You guys, if you didn't get a chance to see that, you can go to our live stream, and we did that one live on stream. How we adhered the back panel to it and then got this more leveled out. What we lastly needed to do was get some protection over everything, including up underneath the back side here, and we did that with our truck bed coating from Duplicolor. This stuff works great for providing that additional protection. Plus, this will keep any scratches and also help seal off any moisture or anything getting at that rust. We want to eliminate moisture and air. Those are the two combinations that create the majority of the rust. Before you do all that though, you will need to go out and get yourself some newspaper. So usually I like to use a free source, like if you got a free newspaper nearby, get one that's an old copy that they're gonna throw away, get a couple of them. And then we're going to use the green painter's tape and the blue painter's tape. Allow me to explain the differences here. So the green is meant for automotive industry. It won't allow paint to bleed through onto the paint. And it is extremely flexible, allowing us to kind of contour very tough corners. Also, we lined it with blue painter's tape. Now you might ask, why did we line it? Because we're going to peel the blue liner off and we're going to color match it to the color of the truck so that on the lower sections where we painted, those will blend in with the paint. In order to do that, we needed to get the color match for this truck. You can get that in your glove box under the RPO codes. It's at the bottom section. It'll say exactly what it is, what the paint code is. This one is the Victory Red, so that was the color that we got. In the next video, we're going to go ahead and get this on there, and then we're also going to go ahead and get our flares on. Now, our flares will cover 90% of what you guys see here. I would even say 100%, but you do have to do some cleanup to remove any overspray that you do get. Remember, go as far away from where you're painting as possible because overspray goes quite a ways, guys. We have overspray up here from just doing the bed liner, and I was doing a very controlled spray, as you guys can see, because you can still see where the tape line is on the paper. So, very tight spray there. Just remember, when you're doing this process, taking your time and doing the prep work is the most important step. Making sure you overlay the paper properly. Making sure you tape all corners and seams so you don't have any air gaps. This stuff will get behind and it will shoot onto the panel. So if you miss a spot, you'll wind up with a line. Now, if you do and you took everything off soon enough, you can use general purpose adhesive remover to clean up the panel, which is what we may have to do to the rest of this box side, guys. Once we go ahead and take this paper off, we will have to clean the rest of the box side, but I will wait until my flares are on so I don't disturb that. That is the most important. I need that sealed off so it doesn't get wet and it doesn't get oxygen to it. So if you guys are really liking what we're doing here, we're really growing, we're really working to build this channel, make sure you guys are hitting the like button, hit the subscribe button. It really does help the channel. I've added links down below, so I won't be saying that in videos anymore. This is probably my last time doing this. But I will be dropping my tagline for the channel, which is, guys, it's just nuts and bolts. And I'll see you on the next one.